नमस्ते, कैसे हैं आप सब? वेलकम बैक टू फोर्थ थॉट ऑफ जस्ट अ थॉट। टुडेस वीडियो इज गोइंग टू बी रियली स्पेशल। मुझे काफ़ी लोग कहते हैं कि हम टेक्निक्स देखते हैं पर उसे अपनी ज़िंदगी में उतार नहीं पाते। मैक्सिमम लोगों के साथ यही होता है, पर कुछ ऐसे भी लोग हैं जो इन सारी दिक्कतों के बावजूद टेक्निक्स अप्लाई करने और अपने आप के लिए टाइम निकाल कर अपने बिजी शेड्यूल के बीच अपने सपने पूरे करते हैं। जी हाँ, ये सब बातें नहीं है। टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू इनवाइट 72 किलोमीटर मैराथन विनर मिस्टर प्रणव उपाध्याय। He is a normal guy from Borivali, Mumbai. He is a businessman, he is a teacher, and at the same time, he is a runner. Let's find out more from the person himself how we get into running and win the marathon eventually. So, without a further ado, let's welcome Pranav.
Hi Rupert, thanks for inviting me. I have been very active since school days. I participated in various sports, be it cricket, football, hockey, badminton, and I started playing those sports even when I was in engineering and during my MBA days. I used to play inter-college sports. So running, how did it happen? So it so happened that after MBA, when we started working, the work hours were not fixed, and I somehow wanted to shift my schedule to an early riser. Being an early riser, how I need to have something to do when I get up, because every day if I'm getting up at 8 o'clock, and one fine day I start deciding to get up at 6, what am I supposed to do for 2 extra hours that I get? So that's where I thought of starting to run and also to cycle. In late of 2018, I started cycling and running for a couple of days in a week. That's when I started feeling good about myself, and my schedule became better because I was getting up in the morning early. It so happened that I had extra time for myself where I could plan my day, and my work was getting done very nice. So it helped me a lot. And then in March of 2019, my cousin was pushing me to run a marathon, and I'm like, okay, if I'm running for, let's say, a couple of days in a week, let's try. I saw a 21k event, and I thought that if the cutoff time is like 4 hours and my walking speed is about 6 kilometers in an hour, even if I walk all the way through, I'll be able to complete the event. So that's when I registered for the event, and I thought, let's see what happens. Guess what? I finished the event, I finished the 21k run in 2 hours and 35 minutes. I was like amazed. I felt, dude, this is amazing. The next Sunday I registered for another 21k, and I was surprised that I could improve like 10 minutes on my time. I finished that in 2 hours 35 minutes, and after that there was no looking back. In mid of 2019, September 2019, I ran the Ladakh full marathon. It was beautiful. The landscapes out there in Ladakh, when you run, you don't feel tired at all. You just keep on going. After that, I ran a full marathon, the Tata Mumbai full marathon. In 2020, due to COVID, of course, there were restrictions all around. But when restrictions were lifted and events started happening, I ran a couple of half marathons, and then I came across this event, a 72-kilometer ultra marathon organized by Indian flag runners. I was like, if I have ran a 42k, now what is it that will challenge me further? So let me try for a 72k run, and I registered for that event. The condition for that event was that you have to run the entire distance with the Indian national flag in your right hand, following Indian national flag protocols all throughout. Now that also was challenging but also inspiring. So how did I prepare for the 72-kilometer marathon? So there were days when I was running every day, but there were some busy days where I could not run. So what I did, I knew that the next day is very busy, so I will take extra luggage in my bag, and I will start briskly walking with that when I'm traveling. What happens is that it helps you to gain pace. If I am walking, let's say 6 kilometers in an hour, and I carry an extra load of 10 kilos with me on my back, and I'm still managing 6 kilometers in an hour walking speed, which means that if I don't have the extra luggage, I will definitely move to 6.5 or 7 kilometers, which is increasing my speed. This was something that I did when I could not run on a particular day or a particular period. So I put extra weight on my backpack, and I was climbing stairs of 15-story, 18-story building. multiple times in the day. And when you start climbing stairs, you start building muscles on your thighs, which is very important while you run. You need that entire strength in your body to sustain yourself for a longer period of time. The other thing was that I kept telling myself every night before I slept that I want to complete a 72k ultra marathon. Now come what may, I will want to finish it. Every morning when I get up, I keep telling that to myself, I want to finish the 72 kilometer ultra marathon. And this was a religiously followed everyday activity for about a couple of months. There is a confidence, there is a separate energy that comes within yourself that you will do it. So that was something that I followed regularly. And whatever dream you have, of course, if you keep telling yourself and if you keep working towards it slowly, steadily, both of them work together and you eventually achieve your dream. In the morning, I started at around 5 o'clock. I told myself I'll complete 72 kilometer run. But then I broke down the entire 72 kilometer into two parts. So the first part was 42 kilometer and the other part was the 30 kilometer. So I initially focused on completing the 42 kilometers run. Now I was not focusing on my speed. I decided that if I was always every day doing the math, saying that the cutoff time for the 72 kilometer run is 14 hours and my target is to complete it in 12 hours, then I have to run 6 kilometers in an hour. So even if I walk all the while, I will be able to finish. So the confidence of finishing it was there. Now the other part was that if I want to complete it within 12 hours and take a break for lunch, then I will have to also increase speed at some point because I have to consider the break time also. So that is where I started deciding, let us first focus on the 42 kilometers. I completed about 42 kilometers in 6.5 hours. And I also knew that I have to keep the energy up high and going. Because if that is not there, then running the rest 30 will be very difficult. I was continuously eating something or the other. I was drinking a lot of water. Somewhere between 22 to 25 kilometers is where I got a sprain in my left ankle. Somewhere while running, the foot did not go well. There was some bump or I don't know what happened, but I got a sprain. Now, because of that, I realized that my speed will be lesser, but still, I will first of all try and put some spray over it, which I did. After which I started running slowly. I completed a full marathon. After full marathon was all about mind games. Because I was not feeling tired, I was not feeling exhausted. The only thing was the leg was always there on the back of my mind. Now how do I beat that? Because if I think of the sprain, I will start feeling like sitting for a while. So then around 43-44 kilometers, I again applied the spray. And then I was like walking very briskly all the while. When I reached 52, I decided to take a lunch break. So because the lunch break took a half an hour or so, after which the body was comparatively cooled down, so then I had to do some warm up and start again. But when I started again, the pain was very high. I thought, how will I complete it? I am like 20 kilometers more. I started walking slowly, I started running in the meanwhile. But when I reached about 62-63 kilometers, I was like, I need to sit. I am feeling very painful in the leg. I have to do something about it. So I sat down at the bus stop. And yeah, I was running with the Indian national flag, so I had to carry the flag. I had to keep it in a way that, you keep the dignity on the flag all the way. I started playing some music in my earphones. So after a couple of songs, the Bhag Milkha Bhag track, of course for every runner, that's a very interesting and inspiring track to listen to. And I remembered the incident of the entire event of the run in Bhag Milkha Bhag, where in the training, Milkha Singh runs for a glass of milk. Suddenly he remembered that you get milk, and he started running like dood. And I was like, for me it is only 10 more kilometers. So I started counting 72. And I tied my shoes and I started running again. But I could not run. After a kilometer I again had to sit and do some stretching and exercise, and then I started walking all the way. So after which I completed about 68 kilometers, and then I was feeling the pain excruciatingly bad. I again did ice pack but didn't help. Again put the spray, didn't help. I was like 4 more kilometers. I can't not do those 4 kilometers. I have been planning, I have been working towards it, I have been trying myself all the while to complete the 72. I have to complete the 72 kilometers. Then I started walking slowly. Every point of time in the last 3 kilometers, 2 kilometers was that I was convincing myself that the distance is not too far. That the distance is so close. I am so close to the distance. I am walking all the while and I am seeing that there are electric poles. So I'm saying I'll walk to this electric pole, I'll take a rest. And then when I reach closer to that pole, I'm like, no, not this pole, there was a car ahead, I'll reach that car and then I'll take a rest. Then when I reach that turn, I'm like, no, not this car is too close. I'll go to the next turn and then I'll come back. And that is how slowly I pushed myself. The entire conversation in my mind was 72. And the other part was, the goal is not too far, it is only closer. So it's the next turn, it's the next car, it's the next bike, it's the next pole. And that's how I kept myself going all the while and eventually completed 72. When I completed 72, I was like wanting to celebrate, but the pain was so much that I was only standing and feeling so happy about actually achieving that 72 kilometer run. So I would suggest dream big, but achieve a little part of your dream every day. So I am someone, I don't believe in making resolutions on the 1st of January every year. Instead, I believe at the end of the year, might as well look back at what you did, what were your goals that you set out for, what kind of things that you wanted to do, and be grateful of doing those things, whatever amount of things that you could do. Instead of making a resolution on the 1st of January till the 15th, 30th, 15th Feb, 28th Feb, everything fades away. And then you are left with another 10 months. Those 10 months go by. On 31st, you are again thinking, I didn't do that. I couldn't go to the gym. I couldn't do painting as a hobby. I couldn't do singing. Whatever hobby, whatever dream, whatever goal you want to achieve. So, shift the entire mindset towards doing things rather than not doing them. I would say the mindset should be of moving ahead, moving forward with things that you want to do, rather than thinking of the things that you could not do. Because if the things that you wanted to do are so strong, you will start working towards them and achieve them. If anyone wants to know more about how I did my training, feel free to connect with me on my Instagram ID. Thanks, Rupal, once again for having me on your channel. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Many congratulations to you and thank you for joining me on Just a Thought.